In this episode, we're going to discuss some hot topics. Topics like, are doctors overpaid? Do doctors prescribe medications and authorize care just for the sake of earning more money? This is a concern that some patients may have, and we're going to get Dr. Mercy's reaction to these concerns. DermBiz episode 6, let's get started.
Why don't you try looking at American insurance companies or big pharma that try to capitalize on people's illnesses? Let me make this very clear. I spent 16 years of my life training to become a physician, and those 16 years were on little to no income. And now as an attending, I spend tireless hours taking care of people, and that's okay because that is my job and what I chose to do. But I can guarantee you, I am not breaking the healthcare system by taking my hard-earned money and spending it the way I want to. Insurance companies every day deny patients access to the health care that they need, and they are the ones profiting. Pharmaceutical companies mark up the cost of medications that can save people's lives and make differences in their lives. It's not me or any other healthcare professionals that work tirelessly to help people that are breaking the system.
So my question to you is, as a dermatologist, as somebody who's invested a lot of time into your career, somebody who loves your patients, but is also an entrepreneur as well and has to, deal with both sides of the stick, so to speak. What are your thoughts on her comments?
I think her comments are 100%, 1,000% true. And I don't know, it's kind of interesting because during COVID in 2020, healthcare workers were the heroes. And something happened where I feel like doctors are now the villains. Doctors are considered too rich. They're the ones, they're the ones that are taking all their money. They're the ones that are sending high bills. And I think the reason why that is, we're the ones that they can see. They don't see the people in the insurance companies. They don't see big pharma. So in a way, I can't really blame the patients too. We've kind of become the punching bag because we're the face of healthcare.
Absolutely. I definitely see where you're coming from. To play devil's advocate though, isn't it true what she's saying that you guys make all of this money and maybe you guys are taking too many vacations or too many breaks or that the focus is no longer on the patient, that the focus now is just on chasing money and capitalism. Isn't there some truth to that?
I would disagree because if anyone goes into the practice of medicine for the financial gains, they are crazy because this is not where it is. Unfortunately, I would say, I don't know if I would want my kids to go into medicine. So let me break it down. So you go to 4 years of college, which you usually have to take out a loan for. So let's say you come out of college with $120,000. Then you go to 4 years of medical school. Each year of medical school would cost you about $75,000 to $80,000. Multiply that by 4. We're at around 320. And at this time, your interest is definitely going up. So 320 plus 120, we're around 440. And then you do your residency. And you're not getting paid a whole lot doing your residency. You're getting paid about 20, 40, 50, depending. So by the time most physicians come out of their training, they're in debt about 500,000, including interest. And then you start working. But as you're working, your loan payments are due. So this is not and that took about 14, 15 years. So you go to school for 15 years to get in debt for 500,000 to not be able to pay your loans off for 20 years. So I don't see how this is a get rich scheme. A lot of physicians go into it because we care about the patients. It's a love for us. We love what we do. We love the science. We love making patients feel better. This is not how you get rich at all. And no one is doing, especially nowadays, no one is doing this to get rich. I always joke that I make less now owning my practice than when I did before. But I love what I do, and I love having our practice.
Absolutely. And so I think
Sorry if I
no,
rambled on. I just get so heated and so upset when people think doctors are the one that's taking all their premiums or their money that they've worked so hard for, and we're just doing extra things on patients just to make more money. No, the insurance company that you're paying your premiums to, that does not want to pay for your medical services, that cuts our payments, and then also asks the patients to still keep paying the same premium. That's who they need to be looking at.
Absolutely. It's a lot of moving parts here. And that's the focus behind this content. We want to talk about the business side of Derm. You are correct. It does seem like there's a lot of backlash on doctors that's changed since COVID. And I think it's what you just said. It's so much time and energy that you guys put into the medical side of what you do, that it's not a lot of energy to even really be thinking about the business side. And most people don't realize that most doctors are not
No.
showing up to work every day thinking about how much money they're going to make. They're showing up to work every day trying to provide the best possible care that they can. But I think the issue with that is it places you guys in a vulnerable position where people who are thinking business all the time, like the big pharma, like the insurance company, like private equity companies, all of these different companies who are thinking business and numbers every day, um, they can find a way to put doctors in a compromising position, and eventually get taken advantage of. So thank you for sharing your.
Yeah, I always say the insurance company doesn't care about you. At the end of the day, they're about profit. If you go online and you look up how much money the CEOs or the executives of this insurance companies are profiting, it is astonishing. These companies are making billions and billions. And we just want to get paid a decent wage to be able to match with what we're being owed, what we owe for our student loans. And big pharmaceutical companies, for example, I have a patient. He has psoriasis. He needs a medication for his psoriasis. We've been giving it to him for free. And recently, his insurance company says he cannot have any samples. He cannot go through a specialty pharmacy, which is a pharmacy that helps patients get the medication for low cost or for free. They want him to go through their pharmacy of choice and to go through the insurance, and he's going to end up paying $1,000 out of pocket. He cannot afford that. And I think for a lot of patients, they're starting to see, people's eyes are starting to open up. It's not the doctors that are against them. The money that you're paying for your insurance is not getting you far like it used to.
Absolutely. So what do you think? What's the solution to this, Dr. Mercy? What should be done?
I think you can go two ways or three ways. I think one, this is hard because I think it's going to put a lot of people, I think it's only going to make doctors look bad. So a lot of doctors are burnt out and they're leaving the practice of medicine. And that is leaving a big shortage. And guess what that means? Lack of good care. So patients are going to suffer in the long run. A lot of doctors are going after second careers in their 40s and 50s. So what can be done? I think insurance companies we need to meet in the middle. Pay for the services that we're offering. Provide patients their medications at a reasonable price. But I don't think that's going to happen, because the more the insurance company can hold back, the more profit they make. Unfortunately, medicine has become a business. When I went into medicine, you go into medicine to be altruistic. Unfortunately, the powers that be have now turned medicine into a business. I think there's a few groups out there, like people like me, that's gone into private practice to be able to practice medicine the way that we want. But guess what? We rely on insurance companies to pay us a certain amount of what we bill out. So if we're constantly not being paid what we bill out, or even a fraction of that, we're going to have to close. So most doctors are now being driven to work for big hospitals. So I think there's going to be less private practices, more big hospitals. Or you go direct pay, which is you pay for your service up front. If you have insurance, you can turn that bill into your insurance company, whatever they pay you. But you can get into your doctor. You can see any doctor of your choice, and you pay for your bill up front. There's bill transparency. The only problem with that in this country, we've been taught that our insurance is pretty much like a golden credit card. I don't know, like a black Amex. This insurance card is going to be the cure for all your problems. It's going to solve everything that you have. You won't have to pay. Just show this golden card. And I think consumers need to realize your insurance card is not taking you far at all. Either you're not going to get great care, or you're going to have to pay more upfront for that care.
And I think that's the foundation of why we're creating this content, because we're still in search of finding that answer.
I don't have the
How
answer.
can you balance that fine line between serving your patients, but also doing it in a way that is not a grind and that you're actually, making progress in all ways. So I'm sure we'll have more conversations about this. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this
Yeah.
topic. And we'll have more videos about this coming soon.
What other specific topics related to the business of private practice management would you like for us to cover? Please share in the comments below or reach out to us on social media or our email address, thedermbiz@gmail.com. Our mission is to create a movement of collaboration and support amongst physician-owned private practice owners. If you would like to join that movement, again, don't forget to like, share, comment, and please don't forget to subscribe.